Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi, welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just a reminder that you can still keep donating to my charity walk that I did. I walked around all the Premier League grounds in London, did it this week. The donations are still coming in. Thank you very much for everybody who's been donating. Somebody yesterday donated $5,000, right? Bro, thank you very much. You've put yourself as anonymous. Please let me know who you are, because you'll be coming to watch a game of Arsenal with me as it currently stands. Because I said the person who donates the most can come and watch a game with me, a Premier League game at Arsenal at the Emirates. So if you can get in contact with me somehow, I can, sort it out. At the moment, you're leading that. But you never know, somebody might surpass that. But thank you very much. Keep donating. There's a link in the description. Of course, it's match day. Football is back. The Premier League is back. Arsenal taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers. Everybody's really excited about that. But the other thing we need to be excited about, of course, is transfers. Only a couple of weeks to go now until the transfer window closes. The 30th of August, 11 p.m. That is it. No more transfers in until at least January. So who will Arsenal bring in? The number one target, of course, since the signing of Ricardo Calafiori has been Mikel Merino. And now this one does look like finally, and I know I've said this before, finally, it looks like it's done. An agreement has been reached between Arsenal and Real Sociedad on the fee. I'm not at this moment in time 100% sure what fee they've agreed on, but it's going to be something between 21 to 25 million pounds. A fee has been agreed, and we already know that Mikel Merino has agreed personal terms and has told multiple clubs, including Barcelona, that I only want to go to Arsenal. I only want to play for Mikel Arteta. He is going to be signing for Arsenal unless there's any little hiccups. And we have seen hiccups in the transfer market this season. I mean, you just got to look at the situation at Chelsea at the moment with Conor Gallagher. So, but it's looking like this deal will be done. Expect a deal to be done and for the signing to be made at some stage during next week. So that's really, really positive news that they have finally agreed a fee with Real Sociedad, and Mikel Merino will be that player coming in on that left-hand side of midfield. He's a very good player, box-to-box midfielder, technically good, very strong, great in the air. It was going to be a very, very good addition to Arsenal's squad. So look out for that happening hopefully next week. But of course, as I always say, then what else? Who else is coming in? According to the Daily Mirror today, they're saying that Arsenal have drawn up a 3-man shortlist of strikers that they would like to possibly sign before the end of the transfer window. One of them's one that we've spoken about a lot on the show, Viktor Gyokeres. £86 million release clause has made this one look like it's impossible. But will Sporting be able to stick to that £86 million release clause? Very unlikely. We've seen players already this season with huge release clauses and they haven't been met. You only got to look at the situation with Victor Osimhen, £110 million. Literally every club's just sort of said, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, mate. All right, Napoli. No chance. No one's paying that. There was the João Neves move from Benfica to PSG. He had 100 plus release clause as well, 100 million plus release clause. How much did he go for? 50 million. You're just not going to get that. Nobody's paying them sort of 100 million fees that we saw last season and the season before. Everybody's got a lot more sensible this season because of the profit and sustainability rules and FFP. And do not expect Viktor Gyokeres, if he goes, to go for anywhere near £86 million. There's a lot of talk it could be done for around about 50 to 60 million. 26, remember. And there's a lot of belief that Arsenal can get this one done, but it would be right near the end of the transfer window. That's the talk, but let's wait and see how that one develops out. Gyokeres. Another player apparently on this shortlist is Santiago Gimenez of Feyenoord. Now, I've spoken about him earlier on in the transfer window. There's been no more rumours really linking him to Arsenal, but he had a great season last year. 23 goals in the league. I think the previous season to that, when he just got there, 15 goals. Said to be available for around about £42.5 million, according to the Mirror. Could Arsenal maybe make a move for him? Big striker, holds the ball up well, scores goals, scores it in the Eredivisie. Would he do that in the Premier League? That is the question for that big fee. One to watch. And then the other one that's been spoken about is Evan Ferguson of Brighton. Now, sort of the first time we've spoken about him this transfer window. We've spoken about him previously in transfer windows. Again, a very good centre forward, still only 19. I can't believe he's still that young because he's been on loads of clubs' radar for the past couple of seasons. Said to be valued around 50 million. There have been previous valuations with him valuing him up to 90 million, 80 million. But last season, it wasn't a great season for Ferguson. Didn't feature very regularly under De Zerbi, and didn't score a lot of goals and had a bit of injury problems as well. He's still potential. When you look at Evan Ferguson, he looks the part as a striker. He's been talked up, but he hasn't done it yet. He's still a young player. You speak to people around Brighton, they say that as well. Potential, but he would be very expensive, and there's a lot of clubs that would be very interested in him as well. We know that Manchester United have been one of those clubs that have been monitoring him, and although they've got a load of strikers right now, just brought in Xerxes, who scored last night against Fulham. So will be very expensive. Will Arsenal make a move for any of those three? Yet to be seen. Gimme Sport today claiming that Arsenal have been offered the chance to sign Kingsley Coman. Now, we've known about the fact that he's available on loan. Florian Plettenberg has previously, should I say, put out there that Bayern Munich would be willing to send him out on loan, maybe just a straight loan, or preferred would be an obligation to buy. Gimme Sport claiming he's available for around about £34 million if Arsenal want to buy him. Big injury record though. Good player, class player, has won loads of titles, lots of experience, but that injury record is always a fear. If he does go, maybe a loan would be a better bet. Then there's Eberechi Eze. I was speaking about him when I was outside Crystal Palace. And after I finished doing that transfer daily, there was a Palace official who was nearby, and he said, listen, mate, hands off Eze. He ain't going nowhere. But there's still rumours that Express claiming today that Arsenal could make a late swoop for Eberechi Eze. He has a £60 million release clause. Again, that's a lot. Would they sell him? However, I mean, this £60 million release clause, according to some information that I saw yesterday, I think it was Fabrizio Romano tweeted it out, saying that that sort of clause now has run out. and they'll be able to charge more money for him. I'm starting to see this as unlikely. Elise's gone already. They got big money for him. They're trying to, Newcastle are trying to buy Gahey. They put in bids of over £60 million that have been turned down. There's been a lot of their players that have been targeted. Eze, would they let Eze go, their best player, just before the end of the transfer window? I don't know on this one, but one to watch. I remember yesterday I spoke about Sago Jr., the youngster at Arsenal. Remember when he came in as, when Saka was out, he came in that League Cup game, did really, really well. Went out on loan last year to Swansea, didn't really work out for him, didn't get much game time. And I said yesterday that he could go out on loan to Shrewsbury and then sign a permanent deal at Arsenal. Well, that's exactly what's happened. He signed a long-term permanent deal at Arsenal, and he's gone out on loan for the season to Shrewsbury. So he's still an Arsenal player, but out on loan. Hopefully he can do really, really well there and maybe come back and be that answer to giving Saka the competition. So those are the rumours for today. Football back in action, the Premier League. Let's hope we get off to a great start. But I'll be back tomorrow, regardless, telling you about all the transfers and players that are being linked with a move to Arsenal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.